That was a nice cave. I should visit again sometime. Oh, hey, Moltres. It's acting a bit weird. Oh, hey, Zapdos. It's acting a bit weird, too. Oh, hey, Articuno. Ugh, must be in a hurry to go to the others. Oh, hey, Moltres and Zapdos and Articuno again? Wait, no. No. Oh, no. It's the annual legendary Pokemon orgy. I need to get the F out of here. Oh! Marin, let's get the F out of here. Drive! Hey guys, I have been watching Johnstone and Chaotic Meatball videos for a while, and one of the things they do is Professor Oak challenges, so I want to know how bad it could be. It's bad, really bad, but also can be fun too, in a irritating way. Although instead of just a rehash of a video he did in his past with one of the canon games, I decided to do it on a game that I don't think anyone has done yet, Pokemon AshGray. Pokemon AshGray is a Fire Red hack that follows the Pokemon anime story very closely. I would recommend this game if you have not played it before. It is a solid Pokemon game all around. If this is your first Pokemon Oak challenge then, thanks. But I'm pretty sure much of all of you know what's happening here. So without further ado, let's get into the nitty gritty for Pokemon AshGray. There are only 3 rules with this Pokemon Oak challenge. First rule, we can only use this one game. Not an issue since this is a ROM hack, so there really is only this one. Either way, I'm fine with this rule, and we will still prove that I'm a better trainer than Ash. Second rule, we will have to fill up our Pokédex as much as possible before getting a gym badge. Now, this may not sound like a big deal, but it is a massive pain. Imagine getting multiple Pokemon that don't get their final evolution until level 36. Now I'm stuck decimating the Pokemon in the grass to prove a point to the Pokemon community. I'm gonna feel like a bit of a dick. The last rule is pretty obvious. Just don't use any glitches. Pretty self-explanatory and expected. No need to go into further detail. Well, with that all done, we can now start the challenge. We go right into naming ourselves for the challenge, and I pick the basic name of OG3 after the channel. And then we name our rival, Butthurt, again. Still makes me laugh. And in this challenge, I will need it. We were born in a room upstairs, and when we try leaving, our mom stops us and tells us we have to go to sleep for our big day tomorrow. Then we dream of Pokemon before our Pokemon adventure. Yep, after we wake up, we rush over to Professor Oak's to get our very first Pokemon. After getting to Oak's, we realize that all the other Pokemon were taken already, so we get a temperamental Pikachu instead. After Oak keeps telling us we were late, he gives us a Pokemon he never planned on giving us. Anyone else see the irony here? I mean, he knows there are 4 people in this town getting Pokemon. Why not have 4 Pokemon ready instead of 3 Pokemon? And he gives us a Pikachu that uses me like a lightning rod. Come on, Oak. After leaving Pallet Town, we get attacked by Spearows, but not before we capture one of their kind. 1 Spearow down, over 100 left. After floating down the river to escape the wild Spearow, we steal Misty's well-known bike to get to the Pokemon Center quicker. We get stopped by Officer Jenny for looking criminal-like. Then she decides to escort us to the Pokemon Center. Then we have to deal with Misty at the Pokemon Center, looking as angry as ever. At the Pokemon Center, we call our in-game mom, and she asks if we have changed our underwear in the last few hours. A little strange, but okay. Now is the first Pokemon battle against Team Rocket, and our first trainer battle too. Jesse and James will show up a lot in this game. Then we crush them with a Pikachu that just started listening to us an hour ago. Throughout this playthrough, I will have a Pokemon count and a Team Rocket count. Afterwards, we need to go back to the Spearow area to catch some Pokemon. We caught Pidgey and Rattata. Now we proceed to Viridian Forest, where we can catch our next batch of Pokemon collectibles. We caught Caterpie, then Kakuna, Weedle, Pidgeotto, and Metapod. We also have a Team Rocket encounter. I don't know, something about wanting an electric mouse or something. Then we meet a bug catcher that's afraid of bugs. I can't stand this guy. He is driving the good bug catcher name through the mud. A lot of bug Pokemon later, and we finally get out of the forest and get a Hardstone from Brock's dad, who thinks the forest's exit is a good distance to run away from his family. Never thought I would say that before. One of the rules of this challenge is to get as many Pokédex entries as possible before getting a gym badge. So we will have to go back into the forest to evolve some Pokemon. Now, this is the tedious long part where you guys see about a minute of the over 20 hours long process. After a long process, we can now enter the Pokédex entries for Butterfree, Beedrill, Fearow, Raticate, and Pidgeot. Unfortunately, I had some pretty bad frame drops, so I don't actually have footage of the evolution. But here it is battling Brock. Majestic, isn't it? We used Pidgeot to completely destroy Brock. But even if we beat him, in the anime Ash loses, so it doesn't really matter. Brock's dad thinks we lost because he keeps his eyes closed all the time, just like Brock. We get the light ball to boost Pikachu's electric attacks at the electric plant. Then we go to battle Brock again, because in the anime, electric attacks work on Brock. So in this game, Pikachu's electric attacks work as well. After Pikachu goes down, we leave it up to Pidgeot to clean up Geodude. Then the match ends there, with the sprinklers going off. We start up again, but this time against Onix. This isn't even close, and he goes down after 2 wing attacks. After beating Brock, we move through the route east of Pewter City to advance the story, as well as catch a few Pokemon. Here we catch male Nidoran, Jigglypuff, Mankey. Then further along this route, we save the Scientologist scientist Seymour, near Mount Moon, who seems to have a Clefairy fetish. In the cave, we catch Zubat, Sandshrew, Clefairy, then Nidoran becomes Nidorino. Let's go for the trifecta. Next, we defeat Team Rocket again. We also claim a Moonstone, and we exit the cave and run towards Cerulean City. Along the way though, we have one more Pokemon to grab, Ekans. Now, unfortunately, we can't go any further without taking on the gym. If we try moving further, we get stopped by a cop that has been watching way too many cop movies. But we will be able to get through once we get our second gym badge. So again, we will have to evolve all of our Pokemon as much as possible before proceeding forward. And unfortunately, there is quite a bit of Pokemon that we are going to have to evolve. First, we use the Moonstone on the Nidorino to get Nidoking. Then we get Sandslash, Golbat, Primeape, Arbok. We're finally done with that grind fest. Now let's get our badge. Just like in the anime, when we get to the Pokemon gym, the 3 sisters are all out of their Pokemon, and they're about to give me a badge just for showing up. Then Misty bursts through the door and challenges me instead. Pikachu also does not want to battle here either, so instead, I go with Pidgeot. This battle is ridiculously easy, since Pidgeot is near 20 levels higher than even her Starmie. Before we claim the badge, Team Rocket shows up to suck the pool dry. Again, Pidgeot cleans up and they blast away. Finally, we get our second gym badge. Next we meet self-proclaimed cute Caitlin, who thinks our Pokemon aren't the cutest around already. Our Pidgeot cleans up the trainers to the north of Cerulean. In this next area, we catch our next batch of Pokemon for the challenge. Oddish. We'll need 2 of these for Gloom, and then much later in the game, Blossom. Abra then evolves into Kadabra. After watching a kid get bullied in a fog forest, we decide to do a Pokemon battle against him. Afterwards, he tells us about his crush and then gets back on the treadmill. Then we battle all of the trainers to the right of Treadmill Joey to get to his crush. We finally get to Gazelle, and we defeat her pretty easily. Afterwards, I take a test in the academy and I fail it, but I still beat the top student, so I'm fine with it. And you can tell how fine I am with it by taking the test over 5 more times. Now we can proceed south of Cerulean City. Meowth will be a lightsaber in this challenge, as they have the ability to pick up. In other words, they have a small chance of picking up nuggets and rare candies, among other things after each battle. So let's catch a few of the cats here. Then we catch Bellsprout. Then we catch some more Meowth for superficial reasons. Look, We even named this Meowth. Even further south of Route 5, we find a lone Charmander that has a bad trainer. West of Route 5 is a secret path to the Hidden Village, where we can find Bulbasaur and other Pokemon. Our first encounter is a lone Oddish that we try to catch, but the Bulbasaur jumps in to stop it. I don't know why this is a thing, but if you fall into one of the many traps about, you could actually soft lock yourself if you don't have a dig, Pokemon, or escape rope. At the end of the village, we find Melanie, the caretaker of the sanctuary. After a long chat, she tells us not to hurt or catch any of the Pokemon in the sanctuary. Then she pawns her Bulbasaur off to me. Not like I'm complaining, but only if we can catch it through battle. We add Bulbasaur to our collection. Even though Melanie told us not to, we catch a Paris here. Sorry guys, I could have caught the Paris in Mount Moon, but I just didn't realize I didn't have it until much later. We start by training our favorite Meowth, but before it can evolve, we run into Charmander's trainer in the Pokemon Center, where he says that the Charmander is useless. Like the kind souls we are, we head back to the Charmander to add it to our growing collection. What's amazing about this game is that when you catch Charmander, he's already holding a lucky egg, which boosts the amount of experience that Pokemon gets. We bring the Charmander back to the Pokemon Center to get treated. After leaving, we get confronted by the punk that left the Charmander. He goes down pretty easily since most of our mons are ridiculously leveled at this point in the game. After a little bit more of training, our Meowth has finally evolved. We head east of Route 5, where we come upon a fellow fishing bro. We saw up some stories and he gives us the old rod. With the old rod, we can finally get a few mons from the pond outside. When we try fishing in the pond, a cool sunglasses wearing Squirtle pops out. The game then recommends Pikachu, but I decide to use Meowth disguised as a Pikachu. To continue this storyline, we move east, to the Squirtle gang stronghold. Also because the gang won't let me leave until I get my Meowth back. For this storyline, we need a super potion. With it, we can heal our Meowth Pikachu. Squirtle loves our kindness to our Meowth and decides to join us on our journey. Now we start fishing in that pond from earlier. Here we catch Goldeen, Magikarp. We travel back south of Route 5 towards Vermilion City. Along the way is Bill's lighthouse. We ask him if we can use the phone since the 2-minute walk to Vermilion is too much for our young hero. We meet Bill and he is in a Pokemon suit. If only it was a Clefairy suit. He would get along so well with Scientist Seymour. Professor Oak says that Butthurt already has 45 Pokemon. That's not possible. I can actually say that since I've caught every Pokemon possible so far. In Vermilion, we meet a man named Cool Carl. Must be related to Cute Caitlin. They both have the same level of confidence. In the southwest of town, we come upon the Pokemon Lovers Club. If we show each member of the club their favorite Pokemon, the president will give us an experience share. For this challenge, the experience share is an absolute godsend. Then we go back to the lighthouse shore, where we encounter Krabby, catching another Mon. Unfortunately, we reached the part in the story where we can't proceed any further unless we get the 3rd gym badge. So you know what that means. We're gonna have to do a huge training montage, since we have all the original Kanto starters to evolve. After a large amount of training and time I will never get back from my life, we evolve all the necessary Pokemon thanks to the Lucky Egg we got from Charmander and the experience share we got from the President. Although Charmander is a real pain because after it evolves, it does not want to listen to me much and lopes around just like Slackoff. We got Bulbasaur to Ivysaur, Charmander to Charmeleon, Bellsprout to Weeping Bell, Oddish to Gloom, Paris to Parasect. I need to apologize here. I could have caught the Paris in Mount Moon before Misty, but I thought I already had it. So it was too late once I found out. Sorry guys. Krabby to Kingler, Goldeen to Seaking, Squirtle to Wartortle, Charmeleon to Charizard, Wartortle to Blastoise. Oh god. We finally finished that hurdle. Now we can move on to the 3rd gym leader, the electric type, Lieutenant Surge. He only has one Pokemon, a level 25 Raichu. We put it to sleep and chip away at it with our grass moves. Eventually, Raichu does go down, securing our 3rd gym badge and our right to proceed further into the story. After being Lieutenant Surge, we make our way to the SS Anne, when Jesse and James, dressed up as 2 girls, stop us. After overusing the word cool, that's how it sounds in my head, they give us an SS Anne ticket for abusing our ears. The SS Anne leaves harbor after we take a few steps inside the ship. The layout of the ship is the same for the most part when we compare it to the first gen. Only difference is the addition of Nurse Joy and the Magikarp salesman, which reminds me of the chocolate scene in SpongeBob. We take out all the trainers on the ship with our overpowered Pokemon. Afterwards, we run into James, buying the Magikarp from the Salesman of the Year. Then we move to the lowest area, where we find the Team Rocket presence on the ship. We take care of the cronies real quick. In the room they're guarding, we find a hatchet, a tool that will be very useful. It'll help us chop down trees. Then we fight Jesse and James soon after, adding to the count. When we rush towards the captain, the ship starts to shake. When we do talk to the captain, he runs out of the room afterwards, and the ship does capsize. What happened to going down with the ship? We swim out of the ship and go to the east, where we find Team Rocket. When we come upon a scene with James throwing away his beloved Magikarp. The Magikarp then evolves and attacks us. We wake up on a mysterious island with no Pokemon on our belt to protect us. Our Pokemon are scattered throughout the entire island, so we need to collect all of our Pokemon, including the pick-em-ups. We find some creepy mechanical Pokemon on this island. Then we go for a cart ride. Whee! We get transported to an island where we help a local business thrive again, even in Corona. Wait, wrong universe. And we get a new item. Then we meet a real estate developer surrounded by 4 pool boys who is annoyed with a tentacle problem in the area. Wait, lady? 4 pool boys and a jellyfish? This is the makings of a subpar adult entertainment video. After whipping the tentacruel a bit, we get transported to the Maiden's Peak, the next area in our adventure. Is that One Piece? Guys, One Piece is in Pokemon Universe. Confirmed. Butterfree will stay with us since we don't get any Pokemon out of it. After meeting another character of the Dark Souls franchise, we head towards Sabrina. In Saffron City, we meet a lonely lad that wants me to guess which hand the TM is in. And yes, it does change between tries. It took a little while, but for the Psychic TM, it was totally worth it. Apparently, there is an insane asylum here in Saffron City. Aw, jeez. Smart Sid, another one of these guys. Why isn't Sid in the insane asylum? Who calls him smart? Nice, Butthurt has not won this gym yet. Sabrina only has an Abra, so we defeat her easily. But after beating her, she pulls a no you and says that wasn't even her best, even though she lost. She teleports us anyway. What kind of backwards logic is that? This place is filled with giant doll humans. Up north though, we meet an old man who tells us the only way to beat Sabrina is a ghost Pokemon. Almost like my last match with her doesn't count. We travel east to Lavender Town. The Pokemon Tower is filled with ghost Pokemon. In the tower, we meet a Haunter who pulls our spirit out of her body without the help of supplements. With the Haunter in tow, we arrive at his creepy playground. Now Haunter has agreed to join us because we are now best friends. Team Rocket encounter in the Pokemon Center, and they go down pretty easily, like always. Now we hurry back to the old man, who lets us in after getting a Haunter. When we try to show our ghost Pokemon to Sabrina, we find out the Haunter dipped on us. Sabrina actually tries this time and throws out a Kadabra. After beating the Kadabra, sore loser Sabrina decides to throw us in the toy box anyway. Before that can happen though, Haunter appears and makes Sabrina laugh. After laughing, Sabrina becomes a new person and realizes that it isn't very nice using people as toys. We then get Sabrina's badge, and we also get the slip scope from the old man. We utilize the slip scope right away and go to the Pokemon Tower. At the tower, we catch a Ghastly, and we name him Fart. Hey guys, I'm going to end part 1 here. The reason is because this game is very long. So rather than have a 45-minute video where people only watch like 10 minutes, I figure I'll break it up so more people will be able to know how the Pokemon Challenge is done for this ROM hack. If you like this video, consider subscribing and leaving a like below, as I will be doing more videos of this nature. If you have any suggestions, leave a comment below and I will be sure to answer. Thanks again, and see you next time.